It is the day of 281 and welcome back guys to my next reading session. Hope you're all doing great and we continue with the new story. Today it's the Memento. Alright, let's do this. So, Miss Lenid Miss Lenid Darmanda turned her back on Broadway. This was but tit for tat. No idea. This was but tit for tat because Broadway had often done the same things to Miss Darmanda. Still, the tats seemed to have it for the ex-leading lady of the ripping, the whirlwind company had everything to ask of Broadway, while there was no vice versa. So Miss Lenid Darmanda turned her back of her chair to her window that overlooked Broadway and sat down to stitch in time the little thread heel of a black silk stocking. The tumult, and glitter of the roaring Broadway beneath her window had no charm for her. What she greatly desired was the stifling air of a dressing room of that fairyland street and the roar of an audience gathered in the capricious quarter. In the meantime, those stockings must not be neglected. Silk does wear out so, but after all, isn't it just the only goods there is? The Hotel Thalia looks on Broadway as Marathon looks on the sea. It stands like a gloomy cliff above the whirlpool, whereas the tides of two great thoroughfares clash. Thoroughfares clash. Here the player bands gather at the end of their wanderings to loosen the busking and dust the sock. Thick in the streets around it are booking offices, theaters, agents, schools, and the lobster places to which those thorny paths lead. Wandering through the eccentric halls of the dim and fusty Thalia, you seem to have found yourself in some great ark or caravan about to sail or fly or roll away on wheels. About the house lingers a sense of unrest, of expectation, of transientness, even of anxiety and apprehension. The halls are a labyrinth. Without a guide, you wander like a lost soul in a Sam Lloyd puzzle. Turning any corner, a dressing sack, or a cul-de-sac may bring you up short. You meet alarming tragedians tragedians, stalking in bathrobes in search of rumored bathrooms. For hundreds of rooms come the buzz of talk, scraps of new and old songs, and the ready laughter of the convent players. Summer has come. Their companies have disbanded, and they take their rest in their favorite caravanserai, while they besiege the managers of engagements for the coming season. At this hour of the afternoon, the day's work of tramping the rounds of the agents' offices is over. Past you as you ramble distractedly through the mossy halls fleet audible visions of horrors, with veiled, starry eyes, flying tag ends of things, and a swish of silk, bequeathing to the dull hallways and a door of gaiety, and a memory of frangipani. Serious young comedians with versatile Adam's apples gather in doorways and talk of booth. Far-reaching. From somewhere comes the smell of ham and red cabbage, and the crash of dishes on the American plan. The indeterminate hum of life in the Thalia is enlivened by the discreet popping at reasonable and salubrious intervals. Salubrious, guys. Have you faced with this word? Salubrious intervals of beer bottle corks. Thus punctuated, life in the genial hostel scans easily, the comma being the favorite mark, semicolons frowned upon, and periods barred. Miss Darmanda's room was a small one. There was a room for her rocker between the dresser and the washstand if it were placed longitudinally. On the dresser were its usual countermands, plus ex-leading ladies collected souvenirs of road engagements and photographs of her dearest and best professional friends. At one of those photographs, she looked twice or thrice as she darned, and smiled friendlily. I'd like to know where Lee is just this minute, she said half aloud. If you had been privileged to view the photograph thus flattered. You would have thought, at the first glance, that you saw the picture of a many-petaled white flower blown through the air by a storm. But the floral kingdom was not responsible for that swirl of petalous whiteness. Petalous swirl of petalous whiteness. Sounds good. You saw the filmy brief skirt of Miss Rosalind Ray as she made a complete house overhand turn in her wisteria entwined swing. Far out from the stage, high above the heads of the audience, you saw the camera's inadequate representation of the graceful, strong kick with which she, at the exciting moment, sent flying high and far the yellow silk garter that each evening spun from her agile limb and descended upon the delighted audience below. Alright guys, thank you for joining me today. See you tomorrow on the next part of this great story. Thank you for joining. Bye.